Alright, so I have spun a bat, one long color gradient changing bat that started with a purple, then went to a very dark purple, and then to this red here, and then to the pink. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to Navajo ply in order to keep all the color changes together, and what it's going to do is it's going to take this single ply yarn and it's going to make it a 3-ply yarn essentially. Now a lot of people are intimidated by Navajo ply, but really all it is crocheting a chain, and your hand is the crochet hook. So I've got a loop in my leader. I'm going to make a loop here with the yarn. So I've got one end and then the end that goes to the bobbin. I'm going to kind of rub those together so they make a loop. You can see that there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that through. I'm going to switch hands here. So I've got my loop in this hand and the ply that's going down to the bobbin in this hand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this loop, I'm going to go over that ply, pull the ply through, and now I've got the loop in this hand. So we're going to start going backwards because you want to ply in the opposite direction. So you've got your loop, you pull your single through and it becomes your loop. You pull your single through and it becomes your loop. Just over and over. And in your other hand, you're keeping the twist out of the loop. So, and you can keep the loop as big or as small as you're comfortable with. I tend to do it larger just because I feel like that makes it go faster, but that's probably just the placebo effect there. So you're just going to keep on twisting, treadling and putting the twist into the fiber. And you're just going to keep taking your loop, pulling your string through, and then it becomes your loop. And using your other hand to control the twist that's getting put into your yarn. Now, I wanted to show you guys something else. I'm going to release the tension on that a little bit. At some point, when you're Navajo plying, your yarn is going to break because if you spin thinly, then it's going to be more vulnerable to breaking. Or if you're not putting enough twist into it, then it's going to break. It's going to happen. The sooner that you accept it, the better off you're going to be. So let's just pretend that my yarn has broken, that my ply has broken. So it's going to break at some point, like I said, and here it is broken. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a false loop to try to hide it in here. So here's the end that's going down to the bobbin, and here's the loop that broke. So all you're going to do is just hide it in there. So what I'm going to do is stick it up here where the twist triangle is, and I'm going to hold it really tightly, and as I'm adding twist, I'm just going to try to take special care to not pull too hard on it and let the twist just kind of pull it up in there. So there we go. Now it's hidden in here, and as long as you don't put excessive force on that join, you'll never know that it was broken. And you just keep on going. Keep on trucking. Making sure that you keep the one hand from allowing too much twist into it as you go. And then your other hand is essentially just the crochet hook pulling that end through. And you're making chain after chain after chain. And that is Navajo plying.